HD Legion TV here. We're getting ready to do an unboxing of this item right here, which you see above, which is a mounted LCD TV wall mount bracket and full motion swing out, tilt and swivel articulating arm. Up to a 42-inch screen. Should be able to use everything from your computer monitors from 19-inch clear up to, like we said 42-inch, and it's good from displays up to weights of 44 pounds. Here's the item it's just got here. So we're going to switch over. As you see, we picked this one up. You go to the store, you can Walmart, whatever, you pay 80 bucks. You go to Amazon, you can get a fairly good one that will hold the wires and come out a lot farther. And if you're anything like our setup, where we're kind of a corner desk up against one wall, and we want that other monitor to come out above where the camera is, over there, and we're going to be switching over. Take a look at it. So we will not have any green screen at this time, but you can see how there's a desk. It wraps clear around to me and then around to the other side. Anyways, it still has our address and stuff on it, but it's the mounted MI-4151 articulating arm with swivel, handles up to 44 pounds. So this is what we're going to open. Just going to use a screwdriver. Oh, I thought it was. Is there another way to open it? Nope, that's it. My mini truck girl, Had this keychain for a long time. Okay. Alright. So as we see, it will handle. Let me get a little bit more desk room here. It will handle the smaller monitors because the insets for the smaller, the drill holes for the smaller, and eventually get to the larger. And there was supposed to be, and it should be in here, and I have the monitor. We will add to this video after a bit. Actually, that is the bolt holes for the larger display area. Let's see. Got all the bolt covers. Got the, if you have to mount and drywall and can't quite hit a stud, which we will be hitting a stud. There's plenty of studs back there. Looks like a Allen wrench and quite a few bolts. They're all Phillips. But here's what we're mostly interested in. The reason we picked this one is because the amount of distance you could actually pull away from the wall before you tilt. It is awfully tight. Don't want to move. Hey, what's the catch? Apparently I'm going to have to loosen it up a little bit. They don't want it to move. You want it to be able to go. And you don't want it swiveling all over the place, but you do want it to be able to move when you want it to. And it's actually taking quite a bit of force. Anyhow, this section over here, as you see, don't ever get a new water bubble. We've sent kids to try to get new water bubbles. Just joke, but we have done it back in the day, but it has an auto level. So when you mount the first hole in the wall, you can get the second hole, get a decent little bit of distance. If I had to take measure right here, I'd say it's not. It's over in the other room. I imagine I can get in 16 to 18 inches off the wall by the time we mount the monitor. So, and then we'll go back to the other piece. This thing has a swivel where you can angle it. Obviously, all we gotta do is just use the Allen wrench in the middle here, loosen up, and you can slide that mount back and forth, and then you just take the monitor, slide it in, and it's mounted. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next section of the video. We're going to turn this off for now. I want to get the stud finder out, because that's going to be one of our main tools. I will get our drill. So we should need a stud finder, a drill, and the Allen wrench that they provide. And that should be all we need to be able to get this job done. So let's get. Alright, so we're now to the section where we're getting ready to take a look at what we have on the back of our monitor. We're actually just going to use a 1080p television, mainly because that's what we're going to use it for, just playing video. We don't care if it goes 60 frames per second or not. Got all the locations up there. Over here, we'll get the plate that we discussed earlier. And remember that the plate has to slide up and down. So we line that up. All the bolt holes line up perfectly. Hopefully, there should be some risers in this setup. I'm going to go ahead and bring out the book. Maybe we should read the instructions first. However, we're guys. We just jump right in. We don't need instructions. They don't mean nothing. Push the switch stuff over. I'll look real fast just to see if they're using risers. They're showing mounting the arm to the wall, as you can see. The screen, the light up top. We're talking about mounting it to the wall, but I want to see, because I already got computer displays where I want them. I need it to be perfect, so we got to get the height just right. The only way we do that. Yeah, they're using little spacers, sometimes 2 spacers on the back of the monitor. I'm going to go ahead and use spacers because I'm going to run the wire between, around the brackets and then plug them in so that we can run the wires all the way through. You know, kind of as they show here. And I have to bring it closer so you can see. Should have just grabbed the online version. They're showing it can actually swivel as well. You know, turn completely over. So if you want to use the TV on its side for like text for the side of your stream, you can. But that's not the case here. Nice option though. You know, if you had enough studs right there in the wall to be able to do it. Not bad. Alright. Should be these smaller bolts. We don't need the long ones. We want to get in. We're probably going to do the 2 risers so that we can actually do the power cords and stuff through and around the bracket, so we can keep everything kind of pulled tight. And those were the longest of the bolts. The back of the TV did have fairly long holes. Hopefully it's going to work. Oh wow, we may not be able to use any risers. But it's just threading right there. Obviously got different bolts. We don't need those. This you're going to use the longer ones. So let's see if we can actually get 1 riser to thread. So if I can get a riser, I want a riser. But let's see if we can get them thread and see if everything's too tight. Nope. The bolts supplied are just a hair too short. Felt like it was trying to catch on something, but it's not doing it. Alright, so take the riser off, all 4 of them. Doesn't kill the plan, because like we said, you know, this wasn't the most expensive kit, but if it does the job at $28 prime for free shipping, and you pay whatever the taxes are on it. I think it was $28 with taxes. $24.99 without. And it's prime sale, so shipped. Right. I wouldn't recommend using a drill. You know, somebody has never done this before, that's not really real well acquainted with the drill, don't use a drill. loose. Just got it snug and did about 1/8 of a turn. There we are. This is the swivel. I don't know if you can see it. You can see me turning it. Take the Allen wrench, loosen it up a little bit more, and then turn any way. There'll be a lot of articulation, movement on. Oh yeah, we put the arm back here. See the arm? It actually just slides right in. So we'll set it up. Got a decent little bit of distance. You can see what I mean. It could turn completely over, whichever way. You can tilt forward, back. If it were hooked up, that's where it's at. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn the camera because you can see a little bit more of what we're working with. So we'll turn this way. And as you see, they're all 32-inch monitors. This one's over here, then we got the one in the middle, and we got one on the left that you can't currently see. I want to put that screen, the right edge of it should be right here. We want it right above this screen here. So let me see if we got enough. Enough slack. See if I can move the camera back just a tad and be able to focus on what we're looking for. Alright, there's the camera. See, there's the other monitors. We need to find the stud on the wall. This is where I need to continue to find the stud finders. Somebody's been playing with it and can't find it. So give me just a few minutes and we'll be alright. So we just looked a little bit closer to the bolts. They actually had a Phillips head into them. If we need a wrench to tighten them down real good, we will. However, you know, as we saw earlier, this, I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill a hole. Just going to mark it first. So right about here is where I needed to go. Ha! I know that stud's right there. We just went a little bit too far off to the side apparently. There it is. Alright. So good thing the bracket's a little bit wide enough it'll cover that hole. Yeah, I goofed that up. Stud finders aren't always 100% accurate. Alright, so we got all 3 bolts. I'll put 2 of them in my pocket, keep the drill bit with me. We'll go ahead and bolt the first one in because the first one has the level right underneath it. Right about there. Yeah, we're going to have to go get the tool. We're going to hand crank them. So, be right back because I should have went ahead and brought the sockets with me. Alright, so we got the proper tool now as we're set to work on this 10mm. Actually got me sweating now because the other side of the garage is fairly hot compared to in here. You can tell, you can hear the air conditioner in this room. Get it centered, get that bubble right in the center. and then we're screwed real tight into the stud. Alright, down here, let's go back to our drill bit. Going up at a little bit of an angle. Making a little bit of a mess. We'll have to be dusting here in a moment on the computers. As we saw, there are Phillips on the head. Got a little bit of driving to it, and then we'll just come back with the 10mm and crank it down. Getting tight. Yes, sir. Alright, one more do. And I hope I can get this. I won't have to move my computer stance around any to make sure it's centered, but it is what it is. Yeah, I got the area that I have, that I own. I don't have to rent, thank goodness. Okay, the last one should be in my pocket. There we go. That's about as far as it's going to go before I'm making a bunch of noise. So once again, we're hitting studs right in the middle of our area. Now, just a matter of turning everything, getting everything where we need it. Kind of drop that a little bit. Those are a little bit larger, that's okay. So, let's try this. Mounted, it's level. Now the monitor, we want to face down. So what we're going to do is, already went ahead and moved the swivel to the down position, so the monitor will look downwards. Slightly tightening it now. That way we can go over and try to set the monitor up there. Now I may actually hit this other camera. I'm not aware yet what it's going to do, or maybe even, you know what, it's going to go somewhere like this. I might just walk around to where I can actually see what I'm mounting to. We'll bring the monitor in a little bit of an angle, bring it up where I can see, and then try to get it to go down in there. There it is. I should take the feet off of it. Alright. Well, since a few moments ago we pulled the monitor up, just turned it upside down so I could see, have better lighting. Went ahead and pulled it off. And then we found the two screws pretty easily. Didn't have screw change from the drill or anything. Just we couldn't see them, couldn't hit them. Alright, as you see, there's a little bit of a gap between the bottom monitor and the top monitor, which is okay. You can close that gap in. Like an issue, change some of my monitors setup. Let's change this bar a little bit. Hard to move. And there we go. Now let's see how it looks from below. Oh yeah, the angle's off. Now it's straight. Right about there. Sitting down, the camera is exactly where the Samsung is. Perfectly centered. Now, we're sitting down. All I see is the Logitech. I don't see the other anything else to do with it. So now what we gotta do is run some cords over and hook it up. All right, so that's the Wii. We don't need that. We just need the monitor power wire. So I could reroute it all. We actually got a lot of. I gotta get some routing cables. Gotta get the duster out here. All right, there's the power cable for it. I'm gonna run over the HDMI here in a moment. So as we got this cord, let's see how we can. The bracket's over there, but all right, it has power now. All I gotta do is add the HDMI, and we're set up. I may have to open another HDMI though. Yep. Actually, what we're going to do is, I got this Apex off to the far right monitor. We're actually just going to take the HDMI from it, turn that monitor off, and this should be long enough. I gotta pull kind of snug, see if we got enough cord. I have plenty of HDMIs. I got a whole box of them. That shouldn't be an issue. Obviously, we have, like I mentioned, going to have a lot of cable wiring fun in the near future. What is that? That's one STB, HDMI 2, HDMI 1 should be on the side over here. Is it right there? It's USB. Okay. Yep. Let's try this one. Alright, we should have a working monitor. Alright, let's go back to another angle. We're actually going to use this camera and turn off the chroma key, reset the layout. Alright, from the other information that we've been using, actually got a lot of USB on this camera, but here's the current layout all the way across. Of course, there's the router, there's the extra monitor. I'm going to be moving it, filling the holes. There we go. There's our stream set up. We could put more monitors. I don't need them though. I'm sure there's, in the future, as we maybe add other people in the area. No, not so much in the area, the home or anything, but using the rest of the computer desk, we may add more monitors, but I just don't see it at the immediate future. This is going to take care of everything we need to do just what we do. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the new $24.99 up to 42-inch wall mount. We've unboxed it, we've mounted it. A little more information. Just pause if you want to read any more. But anyways, that's it. Thanks for coming by. If you have any comments or anything, leave it below. We all have some other links. We appreciate you. Thanks. Check out HD Legion TV on Twitch.